With the everyday use of email and things like online bill pay, post office services has somewhat declined. Officials with the post office say by eliminating Saturday's mail, it could save millions. But some say that solution just doesn't deliver. Studies show if you look down for about 4 to 5 seconds, you could actually travel around 300 feet, which is equivalent to a football field. By putting your phone away, you're not only becoming a more alert driver behind the wheel, you could actually save a life. In order for Crime Stoppers to continue in their mission to stop crime, police officials need your help. But health officials say the safest way to prevent getting sick is to get the vaccine. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is remembered for his dedicated works during the civil rights movement, and today many took the time to remember and reflect on some of his achievements. City officials say they've seen a lot of these for lease signs around Wichita Falls, but they don't think of these abandoned buildings as an eyesore. They consider them an asset. Operators tell me it's been about 6 months since they opened for business, and they say they can see a silver lining in the economy. One of the benefits for having a solar panel like this one is that it will pay for itself in about 5 years. And in addition to those savings, you'll qualify for property tax exemptions for as long as you have the system. Members say they needed more space to accommodate the rapid growth of the youth and college ministries, and they say the Rock came together at the perfect time. Officials here at the Helen Farabee Center say with this program, soldiers are able to share their combat experiences with other veterans. These peer-to-peer sessions will help those returning home from war readjust to civilian life.
Eddie Randle has more in tonight's Making the Grade Report.
So it's a long-term commitment.
Kenneth Haney has been a mentor with Partners in Education for 9 years. He says it's provided a great opportunity to have a positive effect on young people.
I hope it means that the student has someone other than a parent or a sibling that they can sit down and discuss and talk about, what's going on at school, what's going on in their activities outside school, just another person to use as a sounding board as they proceed through life.
When you need somebody to really talk about your grades or talk about something else, that mentor is right there for you.
Haney mentors to Cortez Carter. Carter is an 8th grader at McNeil Junior High and is running back on the football team. He says last year was hard for him, but having a mentor made a huge difference.
I try to get my grades up the high as I can, at least A's and B's. So it's kind of hard to do that, but you try your hardest and work hard in that classroom.
For a lot of them, those extracurricular activities are maybe one of the positive things that keeps them focused and making their grades, because if you're not able to keep a good grade average in school, then you're not going to be eligible. And I think it's a good motivator to keep that child focused and pointed in the right direction.
Haney says he also talks to Cortez about life lessons that will help him outside the classroom.
There's always going to be temptation in someone out wanting you to do something that's probably not the correct thing to do, but if you sit there with a child and work with them, kind of lead, guide, and direct them, and put them in some situations to where they're going to make the right decision and be supportive of them on that decision that they make.
And as for advice for who will benefit from Haney's help next year,
be respected to him and just keep your grades up. If you need to talk to a teacher, you need help, go talk to him, he'll help you out.
For Making the Grade, Eddie Randle, KFDX 3 News.
When we stop for a moment and ask why, we see the ingredients of a recipe that can only prove effective against distracted driving. Tough laws. We need good laws. We need good enforcement. We need public education. But most of all, we need personal responsibility.
The U.S. Department of Transportation held its second National Distracted Driving Summit on Tuesday in Washington. 20 students from across the country were named to the National Distracted Driving Prevention Team. These students participated in their own summit on Wednesday to develop a national youth action plan to take back to their communities.
I want to bring back ideas that nobody has brought back before.
One text message while you're driving is the equivalent of 4 beers while you're on the road.
Texoma native 17-year-old Corey Hash, an Archer City High School senior, is a part of the National Prevention Team.
One thing I would want all teens to know is they're not invincible. It can happen to them, and that one split second of answering that text message could cost not only their lives, but other people's lives as well.
Studies show if you look down for about 4 to 5 seconds, you could actually travel around 300 feet, which is equivalent to a football field. By putting your phone away, you're not only becoming a more alert driver behind the wheel, you could actually save a life. Eddie Randle, KFDX 3 News.
Gaining a little altitude now, wants to trade that altitude for airspeed.
It's a great opportunity for us to show off to the community and welcome them and let them see what we do.
Nearly 50,000 people crowded Altus Air Force Base to watch planes take to the wide blue yonder for the Wings of Freedom air show. The show was filled with cool turns and fancy tricks. Danielle Jones, a 4th grade teacher in Altus, brought her family to the event, and she says it was a great experience.
It's very educational being out here with the kids and showing them all the different types of planes and being out here with the Tora Tora. The reenactment of the Pearl Harbor. It's just a great experience all the way around.
8 aircraft all going on at once, bombs going off on the ground. It's been fabulous.
The audience was captivated by the planes soaring and bombs exploding as a narrator told the story of when the Japanese bombed the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941.
American lives have been lost.
And although the show may look easy, officials say it's not.
Months of preparation, and everything looks like it's kind of just flowing, but this is all choreographed and scripted, and there's some professionals that come in and they work with our team to make sure that everything runs very smoothly.
In addition to the hours of sweat and labor that goes into the show, staff members say it wouldn't all come together without community support.
It allows us to show appreciation for the support that we get from the public. Every airman out there cannot do their job without the American people behind them. As long as we know the American people are behind us, we're going to get the job done.
Eddie Randle, KFDX 3 News. Saving money in this economy is an opportunity that no one can afford to pass up. Thanks to a new program called Take a Load Off Texas, state residents and business owners who take advantage can actually take money off of their energy bills.
Encore offers its residential and business customers $2.24 per DC watt to install solar panels for your home. And that's equal to about $22,400. So it's a massive amount of money that they're offering for people to supplement their power.
And by supplementing your power, you're saving money as well as helping the environment and the economy.
Well, it's part of the Obama's plan, create jobs, reduce our dependency on foreign oil.
Encore has set aside roughly $7 million in incentive money for the program, and applications for Take a Load Off Texas will be taken very soon.
It's important for people to apply immediately because when they start accepting applications, which could be as soon as Tuesday, then we're going to be competing, Texoma will be competing with the Dallas-Fort Worth, the Wacos, all the way down to Austin for this money.
One of the benefits for having a solar panel like this one is that it will pay for itself in about 5 years. And in addition to those savings, you'll qualify for property tax exemptions for as long as you have the system. Jones installed solar paneling on his home in January, and he says the comparison from last summer to this summer is almost unreal.
It's been amazing. This past month, my last year's bill was $580, and this month's bill was $240.
And as those solar panels continue to conserve energy, he will continue to save money. Christmas came early for Kemp Street business owners when the city reopened 2 lanes on both sides of the boulevard. Retailers like Victor Cox of Cox Liquor are happy to see the traffic moving swiftly again on Kemp. He says business is moving right along as well.
Really surprised. We were really excited when they opened it before Christmas. The 2 busiest weeks of the year are the last 2 weeks of the year for us. And I could tell already yesterday that our business had increased.
An increase in sales is good for business and good for the city too.
But it should be a big increase in our sales. And of course, every increase for sales for retail stores is an increase in sales tax. And I know the city's kind of down on that also, so it's good for them too.
But across the street, life in the fast lane could soon be rolling out. By early January, construction will get started on the northbound lanes. That could impact ear-level communications. But the company's president, Dusty Potter, is trying to stay positive.
It won't be as bad as what they had because they are keeping a lane open for the local businesses here on Kemp. So at least we'll have access from Kemp Street, but it is going to make a mess of the place.
Retailers know that the drainage project is important for businesses and residents along Kemp. They say patience and positivity is key.
I think we'll come through this just fine. There's always challenges in business, and this is just one of them.
Eddie Randle, KFDX 3 News.